Junkin' Fool over here at Porterville 1. Let's check the fuel in the skid steer. Kind of estimated check. This thing is funny because it don't use much fuel. Got the, what is it, a Cummins, I guess. Am I right? I think so. I can't remember. I'm old. Anyway. Oh. Still got quite a bit of fuel. Yeah, this thing, if you think you're really low on fuel and you put the siphoning hose with 5 gallons on it, walk away, it'll overflow on the ground. Usually if I got it on the trailer, I'll go into the gas station and fill it up, and can't remember if it's 20 gallons, but it lasts a long time. So we've been cleaning up around here. Got a little bit of everything in here. Brought a couple empty ones up here, or almost empty. That one's empty. This one's got miscellaneous scrap in it. So I've only got a couple big things I got to figure out how to move. One being that baler, that press right there. I could probably move that with a skid steer. It's pretty heavy. That's really heavy. I might have to tip it over on the trailer unless somebody comes along and buys it. So we can actually get in and out of the garage now somewhat. Got all this cleaned up. All these pails here that are got a little bit of scrap in them. We're going to go in these little gondolas here. That's pretty heavy too. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to move that, sell it, or scrap it. I bet it weighs at least a ton. It's definitely heavy. A little more in my skid steer. So we got a little bit of a dent in here. So we sold the hoist. And actually, that makes a lot more room in this building. I used to be able to get 2 vehicles in here until I brought the hoist in. So I've been cleaning this up. Trying to find a section for the yard sale stuff, and I gotta go through all this stuff. And okay, these I gotta trip on until I get them ground out. Then we're with a hoist. The deal with the hoist was we sold it and they removed it. I helped them with the skid steer and what have you, but these were all cut off, which is fine with me. I'm just gonna cut them off a little bit more. There's some more over here I gotta cut off and grind down a little bit. Not too bad. So I welded these on the bottom here so I could move this around. Yeah, that's my welding. I didn't really clean them up too good. I put this lathe on this desk here. That's heavy. Got all the tools in the drawer here. The 2 drawers. Got to clean them all up. I'm just trying to get it tightened down. I got to put some different bolts in these. They're just something I stuck in there. Got the 4 jaw there, and there's I think there's another 3 jaw there. Then the one that's on here. I haven't really did anything as far as lubing it up. I was messing around with trying to figure out how it went, because I took it apart and it worked. I got to get this centered to tracking, and right here where I cut it out, where I need to probably move it over this way just a little bit, there's a piece of steel running all through there, so I might have to cut that out, or cut a whole bracket out, I'm thinking, because I can't quite get it lined up to where it needs to be. It's real close, but it keeps trying to come off the track here. But I wasn't really going to do much with this, just move it and get it done over there. I got this rigged up so I can come in here with the forks and get it from either end. It's pretty heavy. I got it all where I can put the ratchet strap on it and hold the drawers and everything shut. I can get to some of these bolts. This drawer's got like a metal thing here. It stops it from coming out. So it's kind of been the way to put the bolts in, but if you shut the drawer halfway and take all that stuff out, you can get to it. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff out of here. Took a few, 2 or 3 of these maybe, to the garbage so far. Insulation from the mice, and the old lathe desk had a bunch of stuff in it. I set that out front. The neighbor bought the old cabinet. It was a little iffy for a lathe, the weight, but he wanted it. I sold it to him cheap. He bought one of my burning barrels. Anyway, let's take a little walk. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's supposed to be about 50 degrees out. It's pretty nice out. So we looked in this one. This is just a hodgepodge of everything. I tuned my truck up. I put some plugs and wires on it. It runs a lot better. The plugs, a couple of them weren't firing. I didn't even realize. I knew it idled really rough, but so I'm going to try to get this. Somebody painted that bumper and it's got chrome. I'm going to see if I can get that paint off one of these days. Leave it chrome. We got some good heavy steel there. Trying to get ready for a yard sale. Story of my life. Now this is a track. I got the rest of it around back here. And I was told it come out of a old Fisher body shop. You can, like the engine shops, you can go all over the shop, at least as wide as it is, and whatever length. I might decide to keep that kind of on the fence. That's been out back for 15 years. I knew it was out there. Took the crane off of the trailer there. Been dumping stuff in this thing. This is a mix of everything. Mixture. Looks like some hoist or come along or winch. There we go. Bracket. I'm missing a chain. I think it might be right in here. I just fixed this chain, so I suspect it got tossed in here. I think I'm going to take this to the other place and unfortunately probably dump it. There's 2 of them in there. I'm going to give them to my nephew. They go to a snow blade leveler. A bunch of these distributors. There's an ignition. Anyway, there's a chain in here someplace. I seen one. I just thought it was a scrap one. This can't be it. There's a chain there, but I don't think that's the one I'm looking for. No, that ain't the one I'm looking for. I just put a hook on one end of it. It wasn't right here, so maybe it's over this way somewhere. Getting some of the horde going, or not really going, but moved around. Well, that gate, I don't know if I'm going to put it at the other place or not. I might. I've been putting some stuff on here, and then I'm going to roll it up by the someplace over there that's dry enough for a yard sale. Let it dry up a little bit. Been cleaning this area up. That's seeing what all we got. A lot of junk. This is kind of the let's save this stuff area, at least for right now. That's for my gate if I put it up over there. Some breakage in there. Probably not putting that on the International. And that tarp, if there's anything left, I'm going to put that on the dump truck. I can haul some sand or gravel. These are heavy. I think I got 4 of these. I found 3 of them. That gate fence I'm going to save. Anyway. This is some of the track for that trolley outfit. That's pretty heavy and pretty long, so I thought I might use that to lift them car bodies off, to roll them around. And I brought most of that up here yesterday. Just thought I'd do a updated video. There's one of my chains. I dug that out of the mud, let the rain get to it and get it picked up. So it's kind of still a mess, but we're getting most of the heavy stuff. Trying to get the heavy stuff and getting rid of a lot of it to the garbage man. And this area is pretty wet. I'm waiting for it to dry up there. That'll be probably the last area that we clean. There isn't really too much heavy in there. It's all pretty much just stuff you can walk in there. So I haven't checked in the price of scrap in a while. When we took some in, it was $2.30 a ton, which is close to here. There's other places that are paying a little bit more, or was paying more. I haven't checked. I heard it did a downturn with the tariffs and everything going on. A couple good bumpers over there, but really no demand for them. Nobody really seems to want anything that old school trucks and stuff anymore. I guess I do. Some breakage. Actually, that looks like clean aluminum. They allow you like 5% and it's still considered clean, except for on extrusion type stuff. Fire extinguishers. Whatever's in there. Bunch of little finish nails. I could have used some of them yesterday. I was looking for something to make temporary pins for my lathe to get things lined up. There shouldn't be too much out here. A little bit, not much. lot of mud. This wood I'm planning on chopping into 8-foot pieces and put them in the dump truck and cutting it up later. We got a wood barn at the other place and we'll be using it. We already have been. This is about the end of the property line right over there. It should be marked. Should be a flag out here. I had this surveyed. Don's been out here again. Ends right about in here. Duck, I guess. Yeah, it ends over in here. That's the thing about them flags. People, you get it surveyed and they like to pull them down for some reason. I'm not saying they did, but I'm not seeing it. It goes over this way a little bit, not too awful far. The duck don't want me over here. And then it goes up this way. I think it's 600 and some feet. Goes back in here ways. Huh, I'm not sure where that marks at. It should be an orange flag somewhere. Some propane tanks. Now our yard, we can take these as long as we haul them in and don't put them in a tin pile. I've taken them in truckloads at a time before. I usually wait and just get a bunch of them. There's another one over there. So I think if I get the other place surveyed, I got some big old heavy blocks. I think I'm going to set them right on the property lines because for some reason them things seem to disappear. Maybe a tree fell on it or something, I don't know. You spend the money and get it surveyed and then all your things disappear. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. Looks like a dually rear end. Let me see what this is. Looks like a Dodge rear end, maybe. Straight axle there. There's some more fencing. Yeah, we're planning on getting some more chickens and who knows what else. Get the other place set up on them rate bugs. I was digging this dirt out right here and putting over here and where it's wetter, and they shut me down. Anyway, apparently they didn't want me throwing this 100 foot of mow ground over there. We got most of it cleared. I'm gonna probably get rid of all these tires, see if I can figure out a way to, I know a lot of them got rims on them. See if I can make a deal. If the yard wants them with rims on them or what they think of that, or This is so sandy, the skid steer gets stuck out here real easy. So that actually looks like the one that originally, that cable I replaced on the hoist. Still got a few ton probably. Sun's in my eyes, I can't see what I'm filming. Moved this out here yesterday. Gonna go through that and see what all is good and what ain't. Some of the people really buy it, even this galvanized stuff. I sold a big stack of that. Yeah, we go down way down past that pole down there, all the way back over in here. There's 3 acres out here, and there's 3/4 acres up front. I got it deeded separate. There's one of the things for my crane. There's another one. There's so you can use the arms from either side. I'm keeping them. I don't know if I'll ever get them hooked up. Anyway, been kind of busy. Working over at 2 and working over here and working at the on the house. And these rollers, I'm going to probably take them up and put them up for sale. Some long iron there. Them would actually make a chicken coop, put some bigger pipe over the top of them and fence them. They had them staked in the ground where I got them, I think. There's the old International. I think I'm going to finish putting this together and drive it when I got to move it. That's the plan. Got a little bit of junk and debris over here, getting it pretty much cleaned up. There's Don's ride there. There's very little bit in here. I'm going to go through here. If it looks like there's a 4x4 there. If it's any good, I'll get that. I'm going to burn a lot of the wood. Find a good safe spot to burn it and bring out some water and make sure we don't have no, not going to be in this spot here. Still quite a lot of junk around it. It's time consuming. When I get it all cleaned up, I'm probably going to go ahead and start over again, but haul it in as I get it. Maybe if I get any on the ground, it'll be a week's worth or a couple weeks. Well, I hope everybody's having a good day. Go find some junk now. Long video. Goodbye now. Enjoy.